Absolutely. The whole first act is I'm watching it. I'm like, oh my God, that's me and Corey in 10 years.
People, when you watch this, you're like, yeah, this is the flash forward. In 10 years, it's going to be those two.
You know something? Y'all know I love Denzel. I love Denzel with a passion. No, he's not a man crush. Don't get me wrong right there. I wanted to be Denzel ever since I was a kid when I saw him in Carbon Copy. I said, I can beat him one day. Never got there. But you know.
You were in a movie with him.
I was, man. Go look. I wish I could find it. If anybody finds it in the chat, and I might have it edited in here, but I was in, the closest I came to my dream was in Courage Under Fire. Did you ever hear this?
No.
Yeah, he was in it.
In Courage Under Fire.
No joke.
No, I'm not lying. The movie Courage Under Fire that he was in, I was an extra in that, and they actually gave me lines. Now, you couldn't hear them because I had to mouth them without saying anything. But
carrots and peas, carrots and peas.
Oh, it was better than that. People, if you look for Courage Under Fire, you'll see me in there, and I'm wearing headphones, and I forgot who the actor is that I'm next to. It's a famous actor. But I'm sitting up there, and they told me, now, don't say anything, just do call signs. And at the time, I was in the National Guard. They said, so you're a military guy. You know, whatever military thing that you do, that you call out, do that. Just don't say it. Just mouth it off. Now, here's the thing, people. For all you lip readers out there, the military shit that I was calling out to people, I was calling out Cocoa Puffs, Captain Crunch, Frosted Flakes. You know, I was calling out cereal, man.
Count Chocula.
Rice Krispies.
Because where did they shoot that? Was it Killeen?
No, it was here.
It was in Austin?
It was in Austin.
Okay.
Yeah, I shot that here. Cocoa Puffs, Rice Krispies. You know, I was doing all that shit. And, you know, and the whole time, I almost couldn't do it because the whole time in the next room, Denzel was there. I even heard them doing some stuff over there. It's a dream of mine come true. So it is hard for me to sit up here and see. Even when Denzel was a villain in Training Day, I still loved him. Still defend him to this day. Man, he was just doing what he had to do.
Sure.
You know, he was up against a wall, man. He had a stressful job.
Sorry, no.
He had a stressful job. You know, he was doing what he had to do.
Sure.
And the job just twisted him. But I got to say that this is the one that challenges me, man. Fences. And it's not just him, because people know that this is based on a play by August Wilson. This came out in 1983. And as you can see right there, it was one of the first people to do it was James Earl Jones. Now,
it was what he was famous for doing outside of Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That was a great role for him right here. And we showed you a little bit of his performance in there. Him and Courtney B. Vance as his son, where it's a powerful play, mainly because of dialogue. And it really does kind of challenge you to like this person, played here by James Earl Jones, Troy Maxson. And Troy Maxson is a guy just trying to hold his family together. He's working hard. What could be wrong? Especially, now, you know, some people say, well, he may be a little rough on his son, but you know, that's what makes him a man.
What law is there to say, I got to like you? Do you want to stand up in my face and ask me some damn fool-ass question like that? Talk about liking somebody. Come here, boy.
When I was like, shit. When he did that, I got up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coming. But, you know, you see how powerful that is. You see how rough he's being.
Straighten up, goddammit. Ask your question. What law is there to say, I got to like you?
None.
All right then. Nigga, as long as you living in my house, you put a sir on the end of it when you talk to me. Yes.
That's some Darth Vader shit right there.
Stop force choking.
So force choking his ass. And you see how it worked on Courtney B. Vance. You know, that was some good parenting right there. Hey, worked for him, right? Actually, no, it did not. That's what you expect would happen right there, because that's not love. Some people say, "No, I still think it is." Corey, I don't know why you try.
It's tough love.
It's tough. Nah, and some people, that's what you see with the trailer right there. You think it's tough love because, as I told you, Troy Maxson, he's a garbage man, and this is in Pittsburgh. This is actually part of a series, I think a 10-part series, the Pittsburgh Plays from Wilson. And here, he's a guy just trying to get by. You know, he's taking trash out every day. All he asks is that he come home, have a beer on the weekend, enjoy himself, maybe work on the house a little bit, and then go right back to it. But he keeps his family fed, clothed, and keeps a roof over their head. So why is everybody coming down on him? Why is life messing with him? And one of the things that I have to say about this play right here, this play, the people consider this play to be, the dialogue to be almost sacred at this point. So, and this is a Denzel Washington directed movie. So one of the things that I can say about this is that this is a tightly directed film. And when I say tight, I'm not talking about as in it moves quickly or, man, you know, the quality of this is so tight. I'm saying that it is sticking so strongly to its source material that it almost doesn't have room to breathe outside of that. You can tell there's no improvisation going on.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you were looking at it and it doesn't need to be, because, man, one of the things that I was looking at with this movie, I said it tries hard. Real hard to make you like, or not even like, but just have sympathy for an unlikable character.
Very true.
if you see what I'm saying, because I mean, okay, see, you looking at Denzel right now. He got that smile on his face. You know, he's sitting up here having a good time with his coworker and his buddy right there. And plus, like I said, Denzel Washington, he maybe training day, that was his one time, but most of the time he's real cool. And you know, this the thing with him in this film, though, you get a couple of drinks up in him, and he starts bragging about himself. He's fun to be around.
Yeah,
he's because he starts, you know, when he starts doing that, he's really trying hard to convince himself that he's happy. He's trying hard to convince himself that he has a good life. He will sit up there and talk about how, look, man, I'm a simple guy. I got a home. I got food on the table, and most of all, I got me a fine-ass wife.
I can watch that front door by myself. It was that back door I was worried about.
Oh, look, and that's Viola Davis's role. She laughing, she giggling. Oh, man, we do this shit at the family reunion. You know, Dad get a little bit of the sauce. He get happy a little bit, start
get day drunk.
Get day drunk, start grabbing mama's ass a little bit. You know,
Stop.
Quit it. But if you notice now in the movie, like after a while, everybody kind of they start like pulling back, and they're like, okay, this is the point. He need to shut up now.
They know that other shoe about to drop.
Yeah.
They're like, wait for it.
Because the moment he keep telling them stories, like at first, like, hey, my life is good. Then you start talking about, yeah, I was a real good baseball player. Yeah, I could have been somebody if it wasn't for you motherfuckers holding me back. And everybody like, oh shit, here it comes.
Bono be like, I gotta go home. I'll see y'all later.
Yeah, man.
White man don't let you have nothing.
He lashes out at anybody that he can. Anybody around him that's within shooting distance. The thing with him is that it's not so much that it's his family's fault or he's blaming them for anything. It's just that he just doesn't know who to be angry at anymore. Life has just got him down so much. You know, the problem with him is that at one time he could have been a history-changing baseball player.
According to him.
Yeah, so he says.
That goddamn Jackie Robinson took my shit.
Jackie Robinson, he wasn't shit.
Yeah, but it sounds like, holy fuck, dude.
Ever see that nigga? I'm gonna kill him.
I think his exact words, that nigga ain't shit. Yeah, I'm like, goddamn Denzel. What the fuck?
And you're right. Even then, you don't know if he's just drunkenly telling lies.
Because he likes to tell tall tales to begin with.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, he does, man. And he just, and he feels like, if it wasn't for his father being shitty to him, if it wasn't for him having to go out and break laws just to survive, if it wasn't for him having to get into the life that he has right now because his time just wasn't there because them crackers, you know, they wouldn't let the Negro League get up there and prove themselves. If it weren't for life, everybody but him trying to do things, then he would have been something.
Right.
You know, his son comes over. He can't wait for his son to come over and ask for money. His son from another marriage, by the way. He can't wait for that boy to come over and ask for money so that he can just tell him, you know what, you ain't shit. You know what, you ain't no real man like me. His son who wants to be a musician. You know, and you know, he's
Damn, Martin.
I mean, man, this trailer show you, they just make him look happy and jolly and make him look like like he's just, you know, the only time he got to get mean is when he really has to get people in line.
Yeah, that's the thing, because when this movie starts, and the clip you just showed was from the first 10 minutes of the movie, so the whole time you're watching it, I got that idea that Martin said when we watched the trailer the first time, and when we saw him doing the play, when Denzel was playing this role in the play, was that, oh no, he's going to be that jolly version of this character, so you're not really going to be that, you know, the other shoe's not going to drop. He's not going to be taken seriously. And then once that other shoe does come down.
Yeah. Because we see the James Earl Jones version where
Yeah.
he's scary.
Oh, yeah.
And then in the Denzel version, he's kind of, you know, joking and lovable. And I think somewhere between Denzel when he did it on Broadway and made this movie, he spent some time shadowing my father. and picked up a lot of pointers on how to really hone this character and get it just right.
Oh, yeah, man. Because when you see in the trailer actually made you root for him. Because, as I told you, man, he's just a guy trying to get by. You know, he's out there sacrificing for his family. And then his son, played by Jovan Adepo, his son had to come up while he's working on the weekend. Working at his job, working at home, working on the fence. This son got to come up at the wrong time, asking dumbass questions. Dad, how come you don't like me? And then everybody talking about, boy, he works his ass off for you. That ain't like, that's love. What are you talking about?
You eat every day.
Yes, sir.
Got a roof over your head.
Yes, sir.
Got clothes on your back.
Yes, sir.
Why you think that is?
Because of you.
Hell, I know it's because of me. But why do you think that is?
Because you like me?
Like you. It's my duty to take care of you. I owe a responsibility to you. I ain't got to like you.
And that's good, because he don't. He resents that boy,
And
man.
this trailer edited out a couple of M-bombs that he dropped in that speech.
You know,
hell
it's so
yeah.
funny watching this. I was like, yeah, every Friday night, my dad would get just completely blasted drunk and come home and give me that same goddamn lecture every Friday. Oh, I'm sorry, he would line us all up and give us that same speech. I mean, it got to the point where we could recite it before he was saying it.
Damn. So that's you in that helmet right there, Mark.
Kind of, yeah.
He wish he had the helmet, though.
Yeah, man. You know, when you watch this, it's funny how you thought that he was making a point. No, he really resents this kid right here. And it comes through, and it just makes you angry how he's doing that. Because not only does he resent this kid, he is trying to hold him back. That kid's telling him, man, you just scared I'm going to be better than you. Yeah. And he's like, no, boy, I just want you to be something. No, you want him to be a bum like you.
Yeah, he's stomping out every single one of his dreams every chance he gets.
That kid, Jovan Adepo, you know, he looks like he's scared in the trailer, but he's great in the film. There are chances when he really starts to come up, because as you can, and it's intense too, because throughout the movie, you can just see that anger just bubbling, man, just trying to come forward. And you know he's saying, you know, I'm only gonna let this motherfucker be in my face so many times before I blow up.
What you ever give me?
Your feet, them bones that pumping hard.
You never done nothing but hold me back, afraid I was going to be better than you.
And there's one point we talking about, man, shut the fuck up.
Get away.
Yeah, I had that too. Like, okay, here it comes.
It's scary how this movie is sometimes, because it's like, man, I don't blame you for feeling like you do, but shut the fuck up.
As a horror movie, this movie works very well.
It really does. It is so intense. And the thing with Denzel in the film that you really got to understand, where they challenge you the most, is that this is a man who has a sense of entitlement. That's one of the things that really works great about this movie, this acting that's going on in here. There's so many complexities to it, because it's hard. It's hard. This man I know he's going through something, but he has such a sense of entitlement that he feels like, well, you know what, I can get to go out and do anything I want to do. You know what? Yeah. So
I work hard every day.
I fucked up, and I hurt everybody in the family, but I earned that shit, and I'm gonna do it again. You know, this is not a negotiation. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah.
He's a very selfish guy. You know, as much as you want to feel for him, as much as you feel sorry for him, it's like, man, all of this you brought on yourself, but
it's somebody else's fault, according to him.
But always somebody else's fault, and still at the end of it all, you do feel sorry for him. At least I do. That's what I think is great about this. I got to tell you about the acting because he's still, man, you said your dad did you like this all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And you still felt bad for him. No, fuck that motherfucker.
I'm not there. I'm not quite there with the feeling bad for him.
I like the way Martin is. He's fuming through this whole review right now. Martin having
He's
flashbacks.
been talking to Corey the whole time, but
No, I've been because I'm scared you're gonna turn on me like Denzel, man.
Why don't you like me, Martin?
Yeah.
Like you? I ain't got to like you.
Martin, you gonna review the movie now? What rule says I got to review this movie?
this was a movie that I watched it. I watched it at home. I watched it with my wife, and she was looking over at me. And she's like, "Are you okay? Are you all right with this?" And I'm like, "Yeah. This was 15 years ago. This would be a trigger for me. I'm past it now. I can just watch it and enjoy it."
Yeah, and for me, look, my dad was never as hard as Martin's dad was, but he was hard. But he was never like this. And but I can kind of relate because there were times when I tell you what really. And maybe it was just something I could relate to with this because no matter, I was that kid where I told my mom and dad, I told them one day, my mother would tell you, I got so sick of them arguing, I went in the room and said, why don't y'all just get a divorce? I'm sick of both y'all right now. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, but you probably didn't mean it.
No,
we would say that and we meant it.
No, I meant it, man. I had my shit planned out. I knew I was gonna have 2 different homes. I couldn't wait to see what a hot piece of ass my dad was gonna get next. I knew I was gonna get 2 different sets of Christmas gifts. I was ready for that shit. I was gonna make
Trying to make it profit for you.
I was, man. That's a business mind right there.
Making out 2 Christmas lists.
Yeah, shit. Had to make some major lemonade out there, shit, man.
Well, Mom said she gonna get me this. Can you match that or do better? I think I'll be spending Christmas with her.
Yeah, you got it. You see? But one of the things that I saw is that no matter how much my dad argued with my mom, no matter how much hot grease my mother threw on my dad, they loved each other. And there are times that my mom just, she understood him like nobody else. And you watch this here, and these people understand him. Viola Davis in the film, she anchors this movie, man. That's why you feel bad for him because this is them they won Tony Awards for this. They were in the play together for years, and you see Viola Davis in the background, and she's just kind of, I'm so sick of this Negro shit. But she
puts up a brave front the whole time.
She does.
Up until he just makes it impossible.
Man, yeah, because you see her, you see the friends, you even see the children, man. They look at this dude and they see through him. When he does all that bragging and telling those stories, even when he gets mean, they all see that, you know what, we can't really say anything because he's the breadwinner here, but this dude is weak. And because everybody can deal with him, you're like, well, if they can deal with him, I really feel bad for him too, man. Because really, at one point, he's going to alienate everybody. And Viola Davis, even though everybody's saying it's Denzel's movie, Viola Davis is right behind him because Viola Davis, as y'all said, she will put up with his shit until a certain point, and that's where you got, and then she gonna put that snot on your ass.
Mucus queen comes out.
That mucus queen come out. When she put the wrath of them nostrils on you, and there's something that happens in the movie, and she snaps, and you were so happy that she finally bucks up to him.
I gave 18 years of my life to stand in the same spot as you. Don't you think I ever wanted other things? Don't you think I had dreams and hopes? What about my life? What about me?
Come back, Denzel just moist, just all wet.
Well, like he encountered Slimer.
Yeah. Got ectoplasm on this shit. God damn, Viola. It's when you see her actually go toe to toe with him in this scene, you realize just how much she was doing without having to say anything. And I tell you, a lot of times when Denzel is showboating, Viola is right there in the background, just doing her body language, shaking her head, faking a laugh.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing too was that I forgot what's the dude's name, his friend,
Mr. Bono.
Bono, yeah. The second him and Denzel and Bono started going at, I was like, oh no, that's Corey and Martin on the screen.
The whole first.
Guess which one is Martin?
Yeah. No, absolutely. The whole first act is I'm watching it. I'm like, oh my God, that's me and Corey in 10 years.
People, when you watch this, you're like, yeah, this is the flash forward. In 10 years, it's gonna be those two.
Yeah, Martin. When Martin told me that, I got offended because he's like, man.
That's right. When I told you that, you did look like, What?
Yeah, because Martin said, man, watch this movie. That's us. I was like, man, I ain't no loser like Denzel in that movie. Fuck you. And then I went home and watched like, oh, shit. That's next week.
Martin grows a white beard.
Who's that actor, man?
I don't know his name.
He's in a bunch of
He was
stuff.
in Manchester by the Sea, too.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. He's no, that guy is there's not a bad performance in this film, man. Everybody is giving great performances in here. And see, that's the thing why there's some shortcomings in this film. And a lot of it has to do with just the nature of the play, but I would tell you the thing that transcends that is that these actors, another reason why you feel for Denzel is because he physically transforms on a dime. Like there are moments where when he's jovial and he's happy, he is handsome as hell, Denzel. But when life gets him down, 5 minutes
Everything
later,
just sags.
everything, he's a bum. Everything just sags. Denzel is the only actor I know that can grow a 5 o'clock shadow on the spot. You know, shit like Play-Doh, you know.
Just push his head down, the hair goes.
Yeah, he pumps his shoe like his beard comes out.
Yeah, that and you said when he's happy and then when he's being angry, but even moments where he's like shocked by something, you're like, whoa, this is like a completely different person. When he's feeling himself to be the victim in a certain role.
Yeah, you know, it's and a lot of people in the movie, like I said, they're good, but Denzel's the only one that can really show you how life is dragging him down. And I mean, he's the one that's being dragged down by life the most in here, so it makes sense. Look, you had experiences with it. I had some experience. I think anybody who's had experience with a black family in this movie can really relate. I mean, without Denzel even being or being around somebody as extreme as Denzel. I mean, some of the things where you were told how you were told to act, what you were told to do. Anybody, I challenge anybody to not be taken back to that childhood who was raised in a black family. I challenge you to go through the whole movie without letting one, yes sir, slip out by accident. Yes ma'am, you know.
It's really uncomfortable when he gets in his son's face. You start recoiling on the couch. You're like, oh no, back away, Corey, no.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that's the thing about the movie. Shit, I'm talking about how y'all are gonna go back to some of your childhoods. Like this movie, for some people, it's almost like you being with your mom and daddy. I heard my name called out in this movie so much, it was my mom and daddy. At first, I thought it was cool the way the movie was saying my name in it. I hated that shit by the end of it, man.
Where Corey? I want him to help me with this fence.
Well, Corey, I was putting on my shoes, getting records like wait a minute.
Nah, man, I kid you not. There was one point I was watching this and I went to my fridge to go get something to drink, and I heard, Corey.
Your man Corey too. Yeah.
Like, oh no, all the man, God damn it, Denzel.
It'd be funny if you're Corey, put that soda back.
sorry. You don't need the calories. Oh my God.
Help me with this fence.
Man, every time they said Corey, like, don't hit me.
Just shuddering.
It's the acting in it that makes it so powerful. These people, as I said, they know the material. Denzel and Viola Davis, they know the material so well. They are so close to it. They understand it so much. The movie might have its lulls here and there, its low points here and there, but for the most part, it has a huge impact. That dialogue cannot be denied. I challenge you again to sit there and not be moved, almost in fear in some of the things that they say here, and just to not be taken in by people who forget being taken, looking at them as characters, just admiring how much they really love this material right here. They love this material. If there's anything that I can say that is and I have to say this because the movie has so many great parts in it that you're thinking it's going to end on a high. I actually hated the last 5 seconds of this movie, man. I rolled my eyes so bad and can't really say what it is, but
I remember the last 5 seconds.
Well, good. Let's leave it like that.
Okay.
That's probably for the best, man. Okay. Yeah, it's extremely cheesy. It's something where the movie was so powerful and was doing its job so well in that last act that they pulled like just something that was really just. It's really cheap at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of. I'm assuming because they didn't want you to leave the theater thinking, "Oh God, I just sat through a depressing ass movie and that's it." So it gives you some kind of glimmer of hope at the end. Mm-hmm. But it did really feel kind of tacked on. I was gonna say that whole epilogue kind of just felt tacked on. Just to, I mean, keep in mind it may be in the play. I haven't seen it. Yeah. But it just kind of felt like, all right, we need to wrap this up neat so people can leave with a at least decent feeling of, all right, this is done and you should feel good about it.
Yeah, it's a movie that's better than what it pulled at the end. I mean, it really is. What would you give it, man?
The one thing that really holds it back for me giving it a better than sex is that epilogue, man. That kind of just, I was like, this is too perfect. Like, it shouldn't end this way.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a solid full price for me. Go check it out.
Gosh, you never asked me what I thought about the movie.
Well, you know that naturally was going to go to you, man. Come on, Mr. Thomas, now.
All right. What I'll say is I rarely have a problem with a movie translating from the stage to film, even if it's stagey. I'm like, yeah, it was a play. I'm down with that. And one of my favorite plays is Death of a Salesman, which this is so much like the black version of Death of a Salesman. And one of the things, like you bring up Training Day. This is another one of those Denzel roles where, yeah, because he's so charismatic and lovable that when the movie starts, you're like, hey man, he's a little rough, but he's just funny. And yeah, I know, but life has been hard for him. He's just trying to give tough love, and it comes like in the third act where you're like, oh no, he's a son of a bitch. I've been giving him credit this whole time. Fuck this dude.
Have you noticed that this is almost a second Training Day role?
Oh, yeah.
He's almost, what was his name, Alonzo?
Yeah,
he's almost like Alonzo, where he pretty much has lied to himself so much. He's disillusioned about the shitty things that he has done.
Oh yeah. But you go along with him. I mean,
exactly.
That's the power. I mean, I give Denzel all the credit in the world that he was able to pull this trick off twice. Because after Training Day, you're like, you ain't gonna fool me again. And it's like, you motherfucker.
You got it. Yeah. No, you were cutting him some slack.
Yeah.
You were cutting him a lot of slack.
Yeah, you're like, hey, man, life is hard for him. He's a black man, and he just didn't get those breaks. And, he's got a good heart. And by the end, you're like, nah.
Fuck this dude, man.
Fuck this dude. This is probably my favorite movie of the year.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I give it a full price better than Sex.
All right.
I mean, I don't remember the last, 5 minutes
We'll
you
talk
guys
about
talked
it after
about.
the movie.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well, for me.
yeah, I was emotional about
So wait,
it.
is it a high price or better than Sex?
Oh, shit, better than Sex. Shit. I mean, for me, it's one of those.
He tried to sneak out of here, giving it two ratings, man.
I'm sorry. No. But for me personally, it's a better than Sex. But if I say that, I don't want people going like, man, I saw it. It wasn't better than Sex for me. I'm like, well, sorry. For me, it's better than Sex.
I honestly don't think that it's a great movie, but I think it's lifted up by great performances. Like the story itself, I don't think is as strong as the people who are as strong as the characters that inhabit this story, if that makes sense to anybody. So I can't really go as far as Martin did with his Better Than Sex, but yeah, this is one of my favorite movies of the year. It's and again, I told that says something about the film where I noticed major faults in there, especially with the story, and I'm still able to say that I was way moved by this film and give it a very high full price.
Yeah. This is probably one of the only movies this year that I didn't feel like any actor was weak. Like even his son, this other son came on for like 3 minutes and you're like, wow, he's doing a good job too.
You know what? I don't want to be you no more. Fuck you, Denzel. I don't want to be you no more, daddy.
Too late. You're already on the path.
Yeah.
You
Been
are
bit by that radioactive Denzel. You can't go back.
I am my father's son. Say, hey, you an asshole just like him. Shut the fuck up. That's why I hate about it. I ain't even gonna lie. I was Denzel. Man, that's why I hate this shit.
You be pushing around Mojo. What say I got to like you?
I'll stop shedding on my goddamn couch.
I takes you out to piss. I buys your dog food. I combs your fur. Who says I got to like you? Nigga, you better put a sir at the end of that box. Gamefly brings to your house, to you, over 8,000 new releases and classics that are available to rent, or you can buy them for almost every system out there, current and some old systems. Like I said, man, I've been trying to put my GameCube back to work for years. Gamefly's giving me an excuse to do that. And you can even try 30 days for free by typing in gameflyoffer.com/double toasted. And when you do that, you'll get 30 days for free of games and movies. Get all those things, all of them at once. Just stay in the house. Don't go nowhere because they're all going to get brought right to your mailbox. You can also bring the element of surprise every month to your home in the form of a Loot Crate mystery box. In that box, I can't tell you what it is, but I can guarantee you it is the best in geek and gaming gear. Some people say it's like having Comic-Con brought right to your home. You don't have to leave the house for nothing. You're getting all kind of stuff. And everybody likes a little surprise every month, just a little bit. And here's another surprise for you. You know, if you go to our link, try lootcrate.com/double toasted, and you type in bridge 10, that's the word bridge and the number 10, you can get 10% off, a 10% discount on your first crate. How's that for a surprise right there? Loot Crate, bring the mystery and the surprise to your mailbox once a month with Loot Crate. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and go over to our home, doubletoasted.com, for more videos and live streams. And remember, stay toasty.